Progress. Hey guys, this is Jonathan Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, and I have the honor of being with Chris of Cincinnati Premier Pressure Washing. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. And so in today's video, we want to really talk about Chris's experience working with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. But before we do so, we're going to go ahead and talk about his backstory, how he got started in pressure washing, and just some of the challenges that he faced when he first started. So yeah, Chris, how'd you get into pressure washing, man?
Uh, I had a friend. Well, I still have a friend. He's still a friend. He has a window cleaning business,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me all the time he had people asking him if he did pressure washing. Almost every day he'd get that question, and he said no. And then I've heard him talk about that 5, 6 times. So then I started looking into it. Um, I actually took a class from a lot of people getting involved in it might know Doug Rucker. He's out of Texas. I took an online class with him. It was like a $500 investment in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured if I'm going to really do this, then I need to probably learn the right way to do things. I thought maybe you just go grab you a pressure washer, get a hose, throw it in the back of the truck, and you're ready to go. But there's a lot more to it than I would ever thought with the soft washing, all that. So yeah, that's what started me was the starting that Doug Rucker online school. It was just videos you watch. Um, got a small little van, got a small commercial grade pressure washer,
Mm-hmm.
and all the little odds and ends stuff you need. And then I just started from there. First 2 years, I worked out of that little van. I had a full-time job or full-time job still.
Mm-hmm.
So on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays for 2 years, I basically worked 7 days a week, full-time job 5 days a week, pressure washing on the weekends for 2 years. Once I built up some clients, I knew it was going to be successful, knew what I was doing at that point. So then I quit the full-time job, and since 2020, that's what I've been doing.
2020. So yeah.
Hmm.
So what did you do to get your first jobs, right? What did you do to get your first what really catapulted your business?
Right. So my first was Google Ads.
Mm-hmm.
So I started the Google Ads myself. I downloaded the app. When I started it was 2018. When I started, it was a little easier. It seemed like on the Google Ads app.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, you could choose keywords, that kind of stuff. It was just a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem like there was as much to it. So that's how I started. The first customers was using Google Ads, paying per lead. Uh, got some of them, didn't get some of them. When I would get one of those jobs, a friend of mine and I call it a 6 pack. So what I would do is I would go to a job that I had scheduled. I'd do it, and then I'd go and leave a card on the 6 houses right around that one that I just did.
Mm-hmm.
So that with word of mouth is kind of how I just kept going.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So see, that's kind of unconventional or conventional, you could also say, for a lot of guys
Mm-hmm.
start their own Google ads in that sense. And so I know you went full time, and so in 2020 and then in 2018 you're running Google ads, and you're right. Like Google ads 6 years ago was totally different than what it is now. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
harder and harder because guess what Google wants to do? They want to take more of your money. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as much money as they can take from you, that's what they're going to do. So they're going to make the platform harder and harder to manage so that people that don't know how to run it, right, they can get a quick buck out of them. And so when did you know that you needed to go ahead and get professional help when it came to your Google ads or just your marketing in general?
That was probably um, maybe about a year into me doing it full time. So I started kind of not using Google Ads,
Mhm.
and then I realized doing it full time, I need to try to get more jobs. There was more competition out there. It seemed like. So then I picked up Google Ads again, and that's when I realized 3 years after I had started,
Mhm.
uh, that, like you just said, Google Ads got a little crazy. I mean, there was screens I'd never seen before. I thought I was doing it right, and then I was just wasting money. I was just wasting money on those ads because they were coming through, and it wouldn't even be a job opportunity. Basically, it would be someone maybe looking to fix their pressure washer, something like that.
Mhm.
So then I asked around, and because I talked to a couple guys that do the same thing as me, and then
Mhm.
somebody referred me to you. I think he was a former client of yours.
Mhm.
Um, he referred me to you. He said you're strictly pressure washing,
Mhm.
and then that's when I gave you a call because I mean those that Google Ads app at that point was completely foreign to me.
Mhm.
So that's where you came in. You strictly dealt with pressure washing companies, and that's what I needed basically.
Mhm. Yeah, most definitely. So we started working in 2021, man,
Hmm.
and here we are now. So can you tell us like just the journey that you've had, just kind of working with us and our team, for
Hmm.
the last 3 years, but especially like this year too?
Right. So yeah, first we started with the Google Ads that you offer,
Mhm.
how you run the Google Ads for your clients, and that worked good. That worked good. That got me a lot of jobs.
Mhm.
Uh, and I was happy with it.
Mhm.
And then after that first year, you kind of told me, you said, "Hey, Chris, man, the market you're in and uh, the research I've done in your market with your business, that you could run the show with the SEO stuff um, for my website." And yeah, I mean those Google ads, they definitely work. And I mean, you had it down. You guys had it down. Your team and you, um, with those jobs coming in, the proper leads, that kind of stuff. I wasn't wasting a lot of money because I was getting good leads with the Google ads. But yeah, you told me after about a year, you said that you could definitely get me where I want to be, and basically invest in myself with a new website to do that search engine optimization. And basically, just you told me that I wouldn't need Google Ads anymore. And we're what, about a little over a year since we started that SEO program with you,
Mhm.
and I mean it's you showed the charts. I mean the lines just going straight up with people finding me. It's like if you watch the stocks, you see the little
Yeah.
line go straight up. People contacting me, leads that I'm getting, and uh, I mean, Google Ads may be an option in the future as well.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask that.
If
We fired ourselves from a job, didn't we? Because you're like, hey man, we don't need to run the ads anymore, right?
Yeah, which is perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And like I said, that's what you told me you were going to do, and you did it. And like I tell you all the time, you'll never hear from me if you're doing things right. And we may talk twice a year, and that's just you checking in on me.
Yeah.
People from your team call and check in on me for sure. But yeah, if you're doing things right, I just let you go, and things have been perfect so far. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and that's good. And like I said, we won't, just even kind of showing that stuff. We can see how many leads he's gotten in the last 30 days, guys, right? Like, with all this stuff. And then we were just going over the numbers in terms of which we don't want to look up debt cleaning right now, Chris. We said that we were gonna get that higher, right?
Mhm.
But guys, like pressure washing since Cincinnati, we got him like number 2 right here. And this isn't all just because of us, guys, right? So as you guys can see, real tangible results. Chris is not sitting here just telling a fib. As you can see from the traffic stuff right here, like we were talking about earlier, right, Chris? Organic traffic,
Yeah.
just seeing it shoot up like this to the up and to the right. And so yeah, a lot of that stuff's going to be because of you too, Chris. You know what I mean? Like you built a good brand out there, especially, with your client base, and a lot of those people just say a lot of your name, and I know you get a lot of repeat business, correct?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's probably half of my maybe not half, maybe 30-40% of my business is repeat customers. So my goal is when I get one, I keep them. I'm the nicest person they've ever met when I when they
Yeah.
walk out of their door. And I mean, knock on wood, I haven't had to go back to a job probably in 3 years, because you
Mhm.
go there and you do it the right way the first time, because you're just wasting time and money later on down the road if you're going back
Mhm.
fixing something that you didn't clean right.
Mhm. No, most definitely, man. So I know you're booked out and busy. What advice would you give anybody that's like, kind of in the position that you were in about 3 or 4 years ago, man, where it's just kind of like, I'm looking for a digital marketing agency. Like, what advice would you give them when they're looking for a digital
Well,
marketing?
yeah, I mean, one thing that really impressed me was the website that you guys created. So when I uh, when I first started, I started using GoDaddy is how I created my website. I created on my own, did the little template, input my own things, which works, which worked for that time being. But if you wanna progress in your business and make it bigger and get repeat customers, get new customers all the time, you gotta invest in something. And I'm not a website guy. Probably everybody that does the same thing as me, they aren't website people either. And I mean, you guys think of stuff to put on there that I would have never even thought of.
Mhm.
So yeah, advice to anyone that's starting up, for sure. The SEO and the Google ads, they'll get you to where you need to be. Whether you need to keep going with Google ads, whether the SEO might be a little too expensive for some people starting out. I mean, that's understandable. But um, if you're gonna keep doing this and want to do it full time, then I mean, you got to go with someone like you guys, who I mean, you guys just strictly do pressure washing. So you know the keywords. You've got how many companies are you guys working with?
We're around 70 to 80 right now,
Yeah.
man. I can give you the
Yes, I
exact
mean,
number. I can give you
yeah.
the
So I mean, you guys know how to get pressure washing customers. I mean,
yeah.
guys like me, we get emails and phone calls all the time from marketing
Mhm.
companies, um, saying this and that, but you look them up and they may work with a lawyer's office, a deli down the street,
Mhm.
whatever. But the goal is to go for whatever market you're working with, and that's what you guys have done. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, look, we really appreciate the time that you've taken out, man, just kind of
Hmm.
sharing your experience, sharing some of the stuff of how you've been able to navigate your business and just your experience working with us. And we really appreciate you as a client, man. That's why we like to highlight clients like yourself, because you're kind of the epitome of who we like to work with. Whenever we give you advice, you're like, hey, man, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and
Hmm.
work with it. And so thank you for trusting us. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
thank you. Thanks for doing what you said you were going to
Yeah, man.
do.
No, 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 definitely. And so we're gonna continue down that track, right? So nobody's perfect, but we're still gonna, strive for that perfection in that sense. And so,
Right.
yeah, man, we really appreciate you. And so thank you so much for joining the call. And for anybody else, like I said, that's interested or anything else like that, just leave a comment below, or go to the description to visit our website. You know what I mean? If you want to get in contact with us. But other than that though, Chris, thank you so much, man, for taking the time out today, for doing that, man. And we shall
You're
be
welcome.
soon. Yeah, we shall be talking soon.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. And thank you for the viewers and all you guys who are watching as well. Yep, we'll see you guys in the next video.